5:30 starts right now.
The start of October comes with a push from the city to clear more encampments for people experiencing homelessness.
Avery Everett explains how the new budget is helping the city increase the number of cleanups planned for next year.
The city just cleaned up this area within the 600 block of Croft Trace just a few days ago. Solid Waste says they typically clean up tents and mattresses. Now that it's the start of October, the city manager pledged that within 2 weeks of a call about an encampment, they're going to clean it up. The city says that Solid Waste cleaned up more than 500 encampments this year, but the new budget that now is in effect has the money for 700 cleanups next year. The city says outreach and assessment of a site come at least 48 hours before an abatement. Solid Waste says they're focusing their resources on these cleanups and addressing illegal dumping.
We're going to address more homeless encampment cleanups. That was some of the direction from City Council, City Manager, and so we're going to focus on trying to clean up some more of the homeless encampments and again, more illegal dumping.
We were able to do a ride-along with Haven for Hope's outreach team this weekend. We'll have that story tonight on the Night Beat. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
A man is in the hospital after a shooting early this morning. The shooting happened on Ute and Iroquois streets near I-35 South around 2:30. Police say they found a 54-year-old man lying on the street with a gunshot wound. He refused treatment but was still taken to the hospital. Investigators say the man was uncooperative and would not say what led up to this shooting. The police investigation is still ongoing.
An argument between siblings turned violent when a sister allegedly stabbed her brother. A witness telling police he saw the victim bleeding as he left the home. It happened on Charmaine Place near Southwest Military around midnight. Officers say when they got to the scene, a family member told them the 23-year-old brother left the house and was not sure where the sister was. She was later found hiding behind a shed with blood on her face and was taken into custody. The 31-year-old suspect claiming self-defense. Police have not been able to contact the victim yet.
Now to a change that will affect nearly 30 million Americans. Federal student loan payments are set to resume today after being put on hold for 3 years because of the pandemic. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze is in Washington with more.
The bills are due for millions of Americans with federal student loan debt. Borrowers like 33-year-old social worker Michael Lopez in Anaheim, California, are now bracing to make payments on their loans for the first time in more than 3 years.
I really want stability for us.
Lopez, a first-generation college graduate, owes more than $800 per month on his student loans. And like many borrowers, he says the restart of payments will force him to tighten his budget.
We're really going to have to change a lot of our spending habits. And that's to make sure we can continue to just provide our basic needs comfortably. We won't be able to save the way we have been able to.
The government's unprecedented payment freeze was put in place as a financial cushion during the pandemic and was extended 8 times before ending today. 28 million borrowers will now have to start paying off their student debt this month. The average payment totaling between $200 and $300.
I think for most student loan borrowers, what it means is that they got to make some hard choices.
Retailers like Target and Best Buy warn the resumption of payments could hit their sales as consumers pull back on spending to pay off their debt.
It is a headwind to spending, and we need consumers to stay in the game. That's the reason why the economy's been able to avoid recession.
If you have outstanding federal student loan debt, try to go to studentaid.gov to make sure you can log in with your FSA ID and password. From there, check who your loan servicer is. Important to know that that information might have changed during the pandemic. You can also see your bill's due date. It would likely fall sometime in the month of October. And you can also see if you qualify for the Education Department's new Save Repayment program, which tries to lower the payments of Americans based on their incomes. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
The city of El Paso gave an inside look to their new readiness center for migrants, all in an effort to alleviate the pressure of the ongoing border crisis. The city bought an empty school from El Paso School District for $4 million. That money coming from the federal government. The center will have 3 wings, one for women and children, another for single adult males, and the last for intake and processing. El Paso says migrants still have to go through a process in order to be accepted into the center.
If a migrant goes up to this space, they have to go through the process. They cannot jump the line and jump the queue in order to get on one of the charter buses.
The center can house about 200 people and be used along with their other temporary shelters.
With just hours left on the clock, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy got a bipartisan deal together that would fund the government for 45 days. It passed with support from both sides of the aisle, but that deal may end up costing Speaker McCarthy his job. Rob Kirkpatrick on how some Republicans are threatening to remove McCarthy as Speaker.
On this vote, the yeas are 88. The nays are 9. Under the previous order requiring 60 votes for the passage of this bill, the bill is passed.
And with that, Congress avoided a government shutdown. After months of working on a deal, the Senate approved the measure after the House abruptly reversed course earlier in the day and passed a bipartisan bill.
Last night, Congress passed the spending bill that's going to keep the government open. And it's good news for the American people because the government will not shut down and a needless crisis will have been averted.
The stopgap measure will fund the government for 45 days as both sides work on a permanent deal. The bill includes natural disaster aid, but not additional funding for Ukraine, which was a sticking point for some lawmakers.
Putin is celebrating. We got 45 days to fix it. I don't see how the dynamics change in 45 days.
The bipartisan deal could also cost Kevin McCarthy his job as Speaker of the House, with some GOP members calling for his ouster as infighting over funding the bill escalated within his own party.
I think he is in trouble. Part of that is because there has to be some level of strong leadership in our chamber.
I do intend to file a motion to vacate against Speaker McCarthy this week. I think we need to rip off the Band-Aid. I think we need to move on with new leadership that can be trustworthy.
But the California Republican fired back at those threats and said, bring it on.
This is personal with Matt. He's more interested in securing TV interviews than doing something. He wanted to push us into a shutdown only because he wants to take this motion. So be it. Bring it on. Let's get over with it and let's start governing.
Rob Kirkpatrick, KSAT 12 News.
Still ahead, we luckily avoided a complete government shutdown, but have you ever thought about what that could mean for San Antonio if that were to happen? We'll talk some of those details when we return.
Well, we just talked about how the Senate passed a spending bill that temporarily stops a government shutdown for 45 days. But if that were to happen, the question is, how would that affect us here in San Antonio? Although they stopped the crisis for now, no permanent spending package has been approved. Government jobs could still be on the line. And here, that means our servicemen and women and anyone who works for the military. So we spoke to Dave Peterson from San Antonio's Chamber of Commerce, who says Congress needs to work quickly and not wait for a deadline to get the problem solved.
Unsurety in what people will be paid or not, will not help that situation. And for those that are actively serving, that unsurety means, stockpile your resources, save things. So that means less shopping, less engagement in the community. So
on a positive note, our Chamber of Commerce still optimistic about the city's growth with the latest expansions such as to the airport and the new Spurs training facility. They say we have plenty of opportunities to bring some money into our economy. Of course, 45 days from now, we'll find out what happens again and if we're in the same situation.
All right, switching gears to a look outside with live cam. We've got some clouds out there in the distance, but this afternoon we have managed to see some peaks of blue sky. We also managed to see a few downpours and isolated thunderstorms push across portions of south central Texas, and that did include portions of Bexar County earlier today. A lot of that starting to come to an end. All right, as we look ahead to the upcoming work week, more heat and just isolated rain chances generally over the next 48 hours, but the highly advertised cool front looks to move in on Thursday. That brings with it a better chance for rain and storms, and yes, some cooler temperatures by the end of the week. We'll time it out after the break.
You know, it was nice to see the rain today. It didn't even scare me. My dog and I went for a walk in the park in the rain and said, we've been waiting for the rain. We're going to enjoy it.
Exactly.
Very excited that at least parts of San Antonio were able to cash into a few downpours, especially earlier this morning. And really, the extent of that has been south and even west of the San Antonio area throughout the day as well. Take a look at this KSAT Connect photo that we got in from the west side near Wiseman and Rogers. 3/4 of an inch inch pretty quickly with the downpour that passed through earlier today. And here's just a look at some of the 12-hour rainfall estimates from your authority radar. South of town near the Bear-Atascosa County line, about half of an inch, even closer to an inch just to the northwest of Poteet, where we have a few yellow pockets, northwestern Bear County, and then just east of Pearsall and east of I-35. Authority radar is estimating over 2 inches of rain in a very localized spot there with some of those thunderstorms that we had move through. Again, pretty isolated in terms of finding a rumble of thunder, but it has been seen out there on the radar. Right now, though, here in San Antonio, we are quiet. Just a few outflow boundaries from fizzled out storms that were off to our southeast a little bit earlier. We also are seeing some dying showers out there just to the west of Choke Canyon in McMullen County, and then a few more showers that are still trying to hold on near Bracketville, near Concan, and especially a thunderstorm there just to the east of Rock Springs. That's slowly working its way farther up to the north. Now, for the most part, we're just going to keep that isolated potential in the forecast generally through sunset. Then we lose that daytime heat, and what is left out there on the radar does look to fizzle out. Those temperatures falling into and through the 80s if you're stepping out for any Sunday evening plans. All right, looking ahead to the upcoming work week, changes on the horizon tomorrow and into Tuesday. Just isolated chances for a few more showers, maybe a stray rumble of thunder before the day is done. Widely scattered possible on Wednesday, still not for everybody there, but then we bump that potential up to a 60% chance on Thursday as we start to see the highly advertised cool front, the first one of the season, work its way through south central Texas. So let's time it out. First, here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast planning out your Monday. We're going to start off around 74 degrees here in town by 7 a.m. with just a 20% potential for an isolated shower or two. 86 by lunchtime, and we still are expecting another high temperature in the low 90s. Very similar to what we have seen out there today. High pressure anchored off to our northeast is what's allowing these southeasterly winds to pump in all of that Gulf moisture. So it's very sticky out there. We've got plenty of moisture to work with, and we're also going to start to see some moisture work its way in from the Pacific as well, thanks to this low pressure system that's off to our west. Watch what happens over the next several days. That works its way closer to the northern tier, approaches the Great Lakes region by Wednesday, and then it starts to drive that cool front into North Texas by Wednesday night. Some scattered rain and storms are expected closer to the Metroplex, stretching up to the Red River and even near San Angelo. Now it's looking like for us here in south central Texas, this will start to move in Thursday morning. Scattered rain and thunderstorm activity is expected to accompany that front throughout the day. We'll start to see those rain chances drop off, especially by Thursday night and into early Friday, and then drier and cooler air works in. Now, the timing is still something that we are going to have to fine-tune exactly in the coming days, so something to check back in on. But you can see after that front moves in, temperatures do look to drop. Some mornings maybe in the mid to upper 60s. Highs may struggle to climb out of the low to mid 80s. So with this first full week of October, a lot of folks excited about fall. I'm happy to say that we do have at least some changes that look to move in this week, guys.
Hopefully not a false fall. This feels like the real deal with 82 as a high.
Still no sweaters or winter coats or anything, but it definitely
move somewhere else if you want that.
Right. Pumpkin season though, right?
There we go. Thanks, Mia.
Of course.
All right, Ohio State quarterbacks don't have a history of doing very well in the NFL. Look at Justin Fields in Chicago for an example. Meanwhile, C.J. Stroud, he's tearing things up over in Houston.
He just does it week after week. He keeps improving, and this week he lights it up en route to a big home win over the Steelers. Highlights coming up. Plus, it's the final day of the Major League Baseball regular season, and the AL West title fight is between the Rangers and Astros.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
J.J. Watt, one of the greatest to ever wear an NFL uniform, was inducted into the Texans' Ring of Honor this afternoon when his former team faced his little brother T.J. Watt and the Pittsburgh Steelers. special day calls for the red uniforms, and C.J. Stroud hits Nico Collins across the goal line as the Texans jump out to an early lead. Midway through the opening quarter, Kenny Pickett throws a deep ball, and Steven Nelson is there to pick it off. Pickett left the game in the third quarter with a knee injury, and from there, Houston kept on the pressure. Texans win it 30-6. This was Stroud's second 300-yard passing game. He has thrown 6 TDs and no interceptions in his first 4 games.
For me, it's a blessing, but I want to do more. I want to be really great at this game. I want to put in the work every week. And just like I think I was telling you in the locker room, they'll hate you. I mean, they'll love you one week, they'll hate you the next, man. So for me, it's a constant grind, constant build up throughout the week.
Kicking off at 3:25 this afternoon in Arlington, the Cowboys and Patriots. This game is in the fourth quarter. Cowboys lead 31-3. Dallas, of course, trying to bounce back from a shocking loss to Arizona last week, while New England is coming off of its first win of the season. Watch instant replay after the night beat tonight for full highlights. Back to the noon slate. Rams at the Colts. 2-point conversion from Anthony Richardson to Michael Pittman Jr. ties the game and sends it to overtime. That's where Matthew Stafford finds breakout star Puka Nacua, who jukes his way into the end zone as the Rams win it with a walk-off touchdown, 29-23. Andy's Room, the co-host site, along with Wembley Stadium for the Jaguars-Falcons London game. This Toy Story broadcast was can't miss television. Calvin Ridley makes a 30-yard grab in the end zone to put Jacksonville up 7-0. Second quarter, Desmond Ridder is picked off by Darius Williams. Williams speeds in for the touchdown, leaving behind nothing but flames. Jags win it 23-7. Derrick Henry and the Titans hosting the Bengals, and King Henry was rumbling through the Bengals defense, bouncing off tacklers and running away for the 29-yard touchdown. Then just before halftime, Wildcat formation, Henry throws a jump pass to Josh Wiley. The Titans dominated this one, winning 27-3. Last week, Donna Kelsey was watching the Chiefs game with Taylor Swift. This week, she's hanging out with Jake from State Farm to see her son Jason and the Eagles in overtime against the Washington Commanders. Jake Elliott kicks a 54-yard field goal to win it, and the Eagles remain undefeated, 34-31, the final. It's a fight between the Texas Rangers and Houston Astros for the American League West Division title on the last day of the regular season. Bottom of the fourth, Texas-Seattle, Dominic Canzone grounds one out to first with bases juiced to help score the first run of the game for the Mariners. The Rangers offense was silenced after George Kirby held Texas to 3 hits over 6 innings, and the Rangers fall 1-0. So now with the win, Houston can clinch the division title against Arizona. 5-0 lead in the fifth. Kyle Tucker hits an inside the park home run. That's just the kind of day it is for the Astros as Houston cruises to an 8-1 win for the AL West title and the club's 6th divisional title since 2017. All right, last night on Showtime pay-per-view, Mario Barrios, a.k.a. El Azteca, outclassed Yordenis Ugas to win the interim WBC World Welterweight title. The records show Barrios won by unanimous decision, but in reality, Ugas barely crossed the finish line as Barrios dropped Ugas twice. Here's what the world champ had to say after the fight.
Unbelievable, all the work we put in, all the months that we spent out here in Vegas getting ready, paid off. I'm super excited. I'm just, blessed to be in this position. I want to take it further. I want to contend, for the main WBC title. But I know that there's steps to get there, and I'm being patient. I'm gonna sit down with my team and we're gonna see what's next.
That was such a special win. All right, costly mistakes put San Antonio FC down 2-0 in a late season match against Oakland Roots FC last night. It wasn't until the 55th minute SAFC found the back of the net with Santiago Patino scoring his 6th of the season. Then in stoppage time, Tani Aluwashi netted the equalizer, securing a point for San Antonio in the 2-2 draw.
This team has showed me that they never give up.
they fight to the very end. So for that, I'm very, very proud. At the same time, I'm disappointed. 2 individual errors, and until we clean up these individual errors, we put ourselves in these positions to draw games.
All right, the draw guarantees a top 4 finish in the Western Conference, securing at least 1 home playoff match for the club. For a deeper dive into all of this weekend's action, watch Instant Replay tonight at 11.
We will see you then. Thanks, Mary.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.